I just got tired of being in pain, and I knew exactly what it was for. It was just abusing my body, not taking care of it, and just living a really unhealthy lifestyle. And just out of frustration, I'd had enough. You know, just normal things like walking, getting out of bed, just going out, doing simple things was always a mission for me. So, and I just got tired of it, just got over it, and I know it wasn't good for me. I know it wasn't good for my family. So I flicked the switch in my head and just decided I needed to make a change, or I was probably going to end up dying.
You know, I just remember my mum calling me and said, "You can't give up on your brother. You have to help him." You know, and that was my promise to my mum. I made the promise to my mum that I'd never give up on him, that I'd always be there, regardless of anybody else, any outside influence. I was always going to be there. So I've kept that promise to my mum. I haven't stopped, and I won't stop until he's at a point where he's happy with himself and he can get his life back.
To be honest, he was the only one he could see what was happening, and he spent a lot of time overseas obviously with his fighting career, and when he would come back and not see me for large amounts of times, he would notice straight away, like, shit, what's going on here? So it was more him reaching out to me to say, come on, you need to sort your shit out, you need to start moving, you need to get, and I knew it. And really, to be honest, out of the half a dozen plus trainers I've had over the years, he's the only one that's really made me want to feel better about myself, really get up, get motivated, get into it. And when we train like fiends. Like it's just, and he would train along with me sometimes. So I know I'm not alone. And my goal was, he was like the little rabbit at the greyhound track. You always try and keep up with him. I never would, but I had a focus like, all right, okay, you give me a goal to work towards, you know, and I'd always try and keep up with him. And 9 times out of 10 I couldn't, but I'd always survive the workout. I'd always put 100% in at least, you know, to the point where I'd collapse and throw up at the end of workouts, you know. So I know I'd spent every ounce of energy I had. And that's when I started feeling good about myself, you know. That's when I started thinking, I can do this. I'm training with someone who does this daily for a living. And here I am, someone that's double his weight, following along with him. So I know I had it in me, and I learned to dig deep and start really getting in with my inner sort of, I guess from a Māori point of view, inner warrior. You know, you want to, but like I said, the problem was not the training, it's not the commitment, it's sticking with it for long periods of time. So I'd made a change. I could never stick at anything for a long period of times. You know, I knew I had to have some sort of intervention to help me along with this and take it out of my control, because at that stage I had no willpower to stick at something for a long period of time. So I had to have something. I had to get 60% of my stomach removed before things actually started to happen, you know, with the gastric sleeve. You've been given an opportunity, run with it. You know, this is not going to happen for me again. If I mess it up, I've messed it up. So I'm not going to take that risk, and I'm just running with it.